Oh shit, I'm still alive. Who would have thunk? I definitely would have not. So like heads up right off the bat, like I don't know, my dogs are in full chaos mode today and they're just being so fucking loud in the background and I can't do anything about it. I have no power here. So like, I don't know. It's probably fine. We'll figure it out. Yeah, so hey guys. It's been a bit. I feel bad that like everything's been kind of a mess lately. So oops. Sorry about that. You know, I haven't been streaming regularly and you know, life's been chaotic, but we'll talk about all that today. But let's play some Risk of Rain at the same time. Also, you'll probably hear me chewing because I'm snacking. We'll also talk about that, so... Again, my bad. You're gonna hear lots of sounds, obnoxiousness today. I don't know, it sucks for you, I guess. We're just gonna go easy mode. We're gonna do some artifacts. I'm gonna do command. And then... Let's do outside normal environments. Okay. Ooh, so yeah. I've been gone forever. I have been dealing with lots of chaos, which is very stressful. So let's start at the beginning. So I think it was April 8th was the eclipse, the solar eclipse. And that was when everything changed. But honestly, yeah. So we drove to Vermont to see the eclipse, which was a couple hour drive. And the whole drive I was so sick. Like, I didn't want to complain because I thought it was just car sickness because I was overly stressed or something. There was a lot going on. But I was really, really sick. And I was having a really hard time and I just felt really weak and tired and like... I wasn't doing great. And I was very fucking cranky. We had to deal with some like family drama. Because people left late for the eclipse and it ran into traffic and it was like a whole thing. And I was not capable of dealing with it. I was too pissed. But so we ended up getting home super late because once the eclipse happened, the traffic just became a standstill for hours. We left at like, I don't know, maybe like 6. We left Vermont at like 6 and we got home at like 11 p.m. It was crazy. And so like I did not feel well. Like really, really did not feel well. Excuse me, I'm gonna burp a lot during this. That's also part of this. You'll get to it. We'll get to it. But I just felt so fucking nauseous. We spent a lot of time in the car, and even when we were out, like, walking around, I felt really sick. It just wasn't great. So when I got home, I was like, could I be pregnant? And I was like, nah. Maybe, nah. Probably not. But I checked. And it was positive, and I was like, well, that's something that I did not expect. So what now? What now? And I did a second test because I was like, maybe it's broken. Maybe this little piece of paper is broken. And that one also came back positive. So I was like, well, I guess this is it. Now, the thing is this isn't bad news. I've wanted to have kids for a long time. I have a lot of medical problems that make it very, very difficult. And so, like, we kind of assumed that it was never going to happen. Because we didn't think it would, you know? Like, the likelihood was really, really low. So it was a good surprise. Even though it's still nerve-wracking because, like, I don't know, everything involved, like, it's like, what? There's an alien inside me? I don't know how else to explain it, because it's just, like, it's a very weird feeling. And I, like, texted my mom, and I, like, asked her if she was awake. And like I said, this was at, like, we had gotten home at, like, 11, so this was at, like, fucking midnight. My mom was very definitely not awake. I don't know why I even bothered texting, because I knew she wasn't awake. But, like, I don't know, I just needed to, like, talk to somebody. And, like, I told Dean and everything, and Dean was really happy for me. But we were both still, like, sort of, like, in, like, a dumbfounded state of, like, is real? Is this real? And we were still just unsure. The problem with, like, low fertility rates, too, is that, like, I don't know that it'll progress, I guess you could say. There's a higher likelihood of, like, a miscarriage, which is still a likelihood, or still a possibility. I wouldn't say likelihood, but you get what I'm saying. And so, like, I have to be realistic about it and not get overexcited, because I don't want to be devastated, you know? And it's a lot. It's really scary. I don't know how to put it into words very well. But it's like, imagine you save up all your money for this computer. You may never get this computer. Hey, Hades. I have been here long. 37 months is crazy. You save up all your money for this computer, but it's like a super rare computer and you may not get it. You finally get the computer and then you realize that like there may be a defect with it and it may just die at any moment. And you're just not sure like how much you should rely on this computer. It's the pregnancy. It is the child. I'm telling the story about it, so you can watch it later. You don't have to stick around. I'm sure you're going to the gym or working or something. But so yeah, so I'm very nervous because like there's no telling if everything will go well or if it'll go badly or what. So I've been very stressed. And I haven't been streaming as often. And that's stressing me out too because streaming is like a nice relaxing thing that I do for myself. And so like, you know, I should do it to make sure that I'm not freaking out, but it's fine. It's fine. Anyways. But so that first day, I had to just like go to sleep. I couldn't do anything. Like what am I, it's like midnight. What am I supposed to do? Like call the doctor right then and be like, oh, I think I'm pregnant. What do I do? And then like, it was very, very stressful for me too, because I'm not a healthy person. I'm very sickly. I'm on a lot of medications and medications can be really dangerous during pregnancy. And so like, I'll get there, Hades. Yes, I will tell that part of the story and how frustrated I was. You'll make me feel bad about this for the rest of my life. I already feel terrible. Little bitch ass. Anyways. But so, I was very, very overwhelmed the first day and the second day and pretty much every day up until Cammy, no. Sorry, Hades. Dean, like, laughed loudly downstairs, and then Cammy's, like, losing her shit now, so I'm sorry. Anyways, Hades, I had no choice. You have no idea. I'll explain the panic that I was in, and you'll get it. You'll figure it out. Anyways. But so I was just very freaked out, because I didn't know what to do. I didn't know who to talk to. It's the middle of the night, and I'm just like, I am cooking. I'm cooking right now. I am an oven. So yeah, like I said, I've been in a lot of stress and anxiety, and like there's a lot going on in my life right now. And so things have been very chaotic. And exhausting. And I feel sick as hell. In the negative way, not like cool sick, but like I'm gonna vomit sick, you know? Yeah, it's a good time. Okay, see you later, Hades. But anyways, yeah, I was very chaos mode. So the next day I like, oh, and then on top of it too, I was still unemployed because I hadn't started my new job. So it was like, oh, you're having a child and you have no money. And you're poor. And my previous job hadn't paid me my last paycheck yet. So it was like, what am I supposed to do? I just didn't know. Everything was crazy. Grove tender, please. Don't you know I love you? But so the next day I called like every doctor I have, and I explained the situation. I asked them for help. I asked them what I should be doing. I asked them what medications I need to stop, who I need to talk to, like the whole 9 yards. Like I really like buckled down and like did everything, you know? Which like later on my doctors were super surprised about. They were like, wow, you really took care of business. Which I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Like, this is a kid that may have never happened, and like I'm gonna make sure I don't fuck it up. Like I don't wanna be the reason things go wrong. I don't want it to be like, oh, it was your medication. Oh, you didn't do this right. You didn't take care of this. You made this not succeed, you know? I'm also like super emotional too because, you know, hormones. So I may just like start crying, but like it's fine. I'm fine. It's just words. But yeah, so it's been hard and like stressful and tiring. And like they were like, how far along are you? When was your last period? And I was like, I don't fucking know. Because like the thing is as a woman, most women track their periods to some degree just for the ease of being alive. Because it's easier to know when the hell is coming than to not. But when your life is filled with chaos, you put certain things to the wayside, and wasting your time tracking a period is one of them, because you're busy, you're looking for a job, you just got laid off, you're stressed out, you're trying to figure out your future and what's going on in your life, you're trying to make sure that you can afford food in a month, you know, like you've got more important things on your mind than writing down when your period started. And so like, I didn't know. And they were like, okay, well, let's do a blood test. So there's this blood test called, I have dyslexia, so I don't remember if it's HGC or HCG. It's one of those. It has an H, it has a G, and it has a C in it. I just don't know the order. But it's supposed to tell the, like, pregnancy hormone, like, how much of it you have in your blood. So they sent me to do that blood test. It was like a huge fucking pain because on top of it, I didn't have insurance. Because, so when you leave a job, you lose your insurance. And depending on how you left the job, if you were laid off or what, you get offered what's called COBRA in the US, which is basically the option to pay out of pocket to continue your current insurance plan. It goes through a specific company, and it costs you more than what you are paying at your job, because theoretically your job should be paying a portion of your insurance costs, your medical insurance costs, if they don't suck balls. And so the problem with COBRA, it's fucking takes forever to set up. And so there's no way for you to not be uninsured for a period of time. And like their argument is always like, it's fine because we'll just like backdate it and like cover the things that you already paid for, which is like fine and dandy, but I'm jobless, I have no money, and now I have to pay for medical bills just until you can pay me back. But then, oh, don't forget, I'm also paying out of pocket for this expensive insurance. So it can take like something like 30 days from your end date, your last day of work, to when the insurance paperwork gets to you for you to fill out. Once you fill it out and pay for the insurance, depending on the company that's handling it, it can be another like 15 to 30 days before it's actually puts the insurance in place. So it's basically fucking 2 fucking months that you're just supposed to like pull money out of your ass to pay for your medical shit, pay for your $100 freaking medications. $100, that's a joke. Some of my medications are like $600. And like, it's a lot. It's fucking overwhelming. And like, I know their argument of we'll just pay you back later is nice and all, but like, what am I supposed to do in the interim? Again, I have no job. I'm job hunting. I am in a precarious situation. I am to some degree ill, and I have to go to a doctor, so I have to pay for gas. And now I have to pay for medical bills, and then I also have to pay out of pocket for the price of my insurance and my medical my medications. Like what? What? Where am I supposed to get this money from? And so it's a lot. It's very overwhelming. And so I go and I get the HCG test or HGC test or whatever. I get the H test. And it's supposed to give them like a vague idea about like how far along you are. I guess if you're like early in the pregnancy, then like it's really low, and like there's still the question of like viability to some degree. And like there could be like an ectopic pregnancy and stuff like that. But if it's a higher number, then it's a good sign. So it was a surprisingly high number. So that's a good sign. Because that means it's like semi-stable. Again, to some degree, I'm just like saying what my understanding of it. So don't take me as a doctor. I don't know. But they were happy with it. And so they decided to schedule out my appointment to get an ultrasound to get it checked out to see how it looked and get a better estimate of where we stood as far as time frame. And so I got that all scheduled out, but it was like 2 weeks from the fucking time that like I learned about it. So that's a lot. I'm still stressed about everything. And then I also like don't know how far along I am. I don't know like expectations, and I'm preparing to start my new job. It was crazy, basically. Is just full chaos mode for me. I was very scared because, like I said, I just didn't know where things were gonna go and if it was going to work out, and it still don't know. And you know, chaos at all times. That's why I can't promise that my streaming schedule will be any more stable, because I don't know. I've got a lot of doctor's appointments. I've got my autoimmune disease, so I have to regularly get my thyroid checked once a month throughout the pregnancy. I have to do a bunch of stuff. It's a lot of work. And then I had finally found a job, and I was going to be starting the job the week after I did the ultrasound, which was this prior week, so this previous Monday. And I don't know, it was a lot. I'm going to keep saying that it was a lot because it's really a lot. And I was sick the whole time. That's the other thing, is I've had like severe morning sickness, which is just day sickness, which is just sickness. For me, it entails extreme nausea and dizziness and fatigue. I already have issues with fatigue, So like adding this on, I am so exhausted sometimes. I feel like I can't lift my arms up because they're so heavy. I need to take a nap in the middle of the day because if I don't, I will just fall asleep where I'm standing. I need to constantly be drinking water because that helps me a lot with the nausea. And I need to constantly be eating because again, that helps me with the nausea. If my stomach is even the slightest bit empty, I feel like I'm gonna throw up. And then to make matters worse, I'm very finicky about like what foods I can eat and what I can't right now. So like it's a struggle. And then I'm supposed to be starting a new job while being so exhausted I need to take regular naps, which I can't do while working. Being so sick that I like feel like I constantly have to lay down because I feel like I'm gonna throw up, which again I can't do while I'm working. And I can't not start my new job because like I need money. So what the fuck? And I'm sure like most new moms go through similar things. It's just the timing was really, really rough for me, and it still is. We'll talk about my new job too. We're gonna get through all of it. So as time has gone on, my nausea has not gotten better. I'll have days that are okay, and then I'll have days that are really, really bad. Today's a really, really bad day for my fatigue, where I feel like I can barely move because it's so hard. My whole body is so heavy. It's crazy. It feels like I'm wearing a weighted blanket at all times. So yeah, it's not easy. And then, what else? Oh, fucking gas. Yeah, you guys are gonna hear me keep burping like a fucking animal? I'm sorry, I don't know what to say. I am so gassy. It's just burps all day. Nothing but burps. That's just my life now, I guess. My stomach is always unhappy with me. And in being that way, it just grumbles constantly and makes all kinds of weird fucked up sounds. And then it's just full of gas. So I don't know. I'm a balloon now. Me and Dean keep joking that the baby just has lots of gas and needs to burp a lot. So I'm experiencing the repercussions of that. But anyways, shrimp gun. Yeah, life is in full fucking chaos mode right now, basically. Yeah. But so I finally went to get the ultrasound. The day that I did the ultrasound, they said that I was exactly 8 weeks, I think, is what they said. You know, people may remember this shit right off the top of their head, and I don't know how they do it, because, like, I don't know. I think I'll be, like, coming up on 10 weeks soon-ish. Maybe, like, this Tuesday is 10 weeks? Yeah, this Tuesday is 10 weeks. So, like, yeah, it's pretty chaotic. And so, I said it earlier, it's still in that stage of, like, things could end at any point. Which is scary. It's so scary. So I have to be, like, super careful and, like, really listen to my body when it tells me it's tired and stuff. But that's hard to do as somebody who pushes themselves too hard constantly. Because I just want to, like, get shit done and, like, be done with the day. I don't know. Words. But it's overwhelming, to say the least. And so yeah, the doctor said everything looks good. They set me up for my next follow-up appointment. I went to my endocrinologist for my thyroid stuff, and he said everything looks good. He adjusted my medications, saw my therapist, my psychiatrist. Like, in the span of like 2 weeks, I saw like every doctor I've ever seen in my life. So it was a lot going on. And then again, back to the cost of things. Like, fucking money for medical expenses. It's a rough life out here. And then that's not even taken into consideration, like, all the expenses that are gonna come after. Like, I'm gonna have to buy baby shit. I found this crib that I like. It costs like $800. And I was like, am I excessive? Am I just like spoiled and I picked like the most expensive one? And then like I looked around and like it doesn't seem like it. It seems like that's like a decent range in price, but like I don't know, man. It's a lot. I don't want to be like a bougie ass person who's like makes a baby registry and is like, I need hundreds of thousands of dollars for my baby to have the perfect everything. But at the same time, I want the perfect everything. So like, I don't know, man. Rough. But yeah, life. And let's see what else has happened recently. I have my next appointment on Monday, so tomorrow, to get everything checked out, and that's when I have to do my blood work again and everything, which by the way sucks. I hate getting blood work done because like my veins are non-existent. The only thing I could say is that my husband's been like super amazing through all of this. He's so supportive and so helpful, and like I would have died already without him. So at least I have him to keep me alive. But yeah, that's the big update. I am with child. I am carrying future. I'll keep you guys updated on it. I feel like, I don't know, nobody wants to watch a gaming streamer talk about being pregnant and children and stuff, but like, I talk about my life, guys, and that's what's going on right now, so I'm sorry. It's just probably how it's gonna be for a bit. I won't blame you if you hate me. But yeah, so after I got the ultrasound, and we knew that, like, it was there, they were like, look, it's its heartbeat, and there's like this little like butterfly looking thing in the middle of the screen, and the I don't know, man, they were like, this is a child, and they show me a picture of like a rolled up snake, and I'm like, I have a snake inside of me. It's 8-week developed like a little fetus. It doesn't look like a baby. It looks like a little rolled up ball of snake. I don't know what to tell you guys. I know people are like, oh, I saw my baby and it was just instantly like special, but I don't know, I saw it and I was like, snake? I am growing demon? It's fine. I think it's funny, so it's cool. But yeah, we did the ultrasound. We got like all the confirmation that it was actually a baby and not like a cyst or something. Because like that's the other thing is I have PCOS, so like I've heard that you can get a false positive pregnancy test from like a little gross cyst baby. So like, you know, we confirmed it was a living thing and not a bundle of teeth and skin, or some weird shit. I'm making it real weird. I'm sorry. I don't know how to be a human. But so, I decided it was time to tell the rest of my family. I told my mom like the day after I had texted her that evening. I like played this great joke on her. where I was like, who's your favorite daughter? And she was like, I don't know. And I was like, okay, well, different question. Like, who's your most successful daughter? And she was like, I don't know. And then I was like, okay, different question. Who's your pregnant daughter? And she was like, oh my god. And it was very cute. I really liked it. It was a really nice like reveal. Oh shit. Sorry, I was putting a cracker in my mouth. I didn't expect to be imped. But so yeah, my mom was hyped as hell. But like I really needed answers from somebody who had had children before, and like I needed my mom. So I had to tell her early before everyone else. Which is fine. I'm happy with that. I know my dad's probably gonna be like mad about it, and my brother's probably not pleased either and jealous. But like, you know, have you ever carried a child? Didn't think so. No, but I was really, really nervous, and I had lots of questions, and I needed somebody I could rely on and believe and trust and know that they would help me. So, you know, no shade, but again, you have never carried a child, so sucks to suck. But anyways, so next was telling my family, and like I said, I did the ultrasound to make sure everything was good. Which, by the way, just as a side note, I want to make a very like big point about this. I had no idea that I was pregnant. I take pregnancy tests regularly just because I wouldn't say paranoid, but like I'm worried about not knowing and being on medications. And so I'm always just careful. So like it wasn't like I wasn't being safe or like, you know, anything like that. And it just wasn't expected, and it like really came out of the blue for me. I had noticed that I had been feeling sick, but I thought I just had some kind of flu or something. And so like I found out that I was 8 weeks along. The United States bullshit with their changes to abortion laws. If there was something wrong, I would have not been able to get an abortion. Because I was already 8 weeks, and a lot of states are doing 6 weeks to 4 weeks, which most people don't even know they're pregnant at that time. They have no symptoms. The baby's the size of like a fucking piece of pencil lead. Like there's almost no way that you would know. In some cases, like the HGC levels that I was telling you guys about before haven't even like presented themselves yet. So abortion laws are fucking bunk ass bullshit. It really upsets me because it's an honest fear. What a lot of people don't realize about pregnancy is how common miscarriage is and what a miscarriage entails. A miscarriage isn't just, oh, the baby disappeared. Oh, it fell out. In some cases, a miscarriage is like very detrimental to your health. It could cause like severe internal bleeding, and it requires medical assistance to complete, I guess you could say. And the idea that you may possibly be denied that medical care because it's too late is absurd. And then even besides that fact, you may not know that there's something wrong until after that time period has passed. So the idea that that's a reasonable time frame is bullshit. So if you don't know about abortion laws, you don't know about age period or time periods in which things occur and things like that, whether you're a man or a woman, you should educate yourself, because, you know, you're part of the problem if you're not like paying attention to the facts. If you don't know and you're just making assumptions, you know, you're just another white man who has never like had his own child by himself from his own womb, making decisions for somebody who has or who may be going to in the future. And you don't have a right because you don't have the knowledge to back that. Sorry. end of my rant, but I just want to make it clear that I think that's a very important thing for people to realize, that like even somebody who's careful and safe about things can go unnoticed for a period of time. And somebody's not a murderer because they have to have an abortion, because again, abortions can occur when you have a miscarriage. You need to get it for your own safety and well-being. And like, yeah, some states have like clauses for that, but the problem is their clauses are so tight and specific that hospitals and doctors' offices aren't willing to take the risk in the assumption that you fit into that clause. They're too afraid about the state coming after them versus your health and life and well-being. So it's bullshit. Anyways, now that I've ranted a little bit, back to what I was saying. Oh, thanks for the follow. You caught me on a rant. I'm sorry. But yeah, so I found out, and I knew I had to tell my family, but it was like, I don't know, how do I tell my family? Like, I want to tell my my dad at the same time as I tell the rest of my family, or well, like my sister, because he's kind of finicky about like, you told them but you didn't tell me kind of thing. So like, I wanted to make sure he wouldn't throw a temper tantrum. And then my sister, we don't talk very much, so I figured it would just be easiest to tell her at the same time as my dad. So my mom had told me they were coming over, that my sister was coming over for dinner, so it would be my dad, my sister, and her at the same time in the same place. So like, you know, it was a good opportunity. And then my brother, me and my brother get along really well, and we're pretty close. Even though we don't talk as much as we used to, we still are very close in my opinion. And so I wanted to tell him myself. But like, I don't know, it was also hard because I didn't know how to tell him, because I didn't know when he'd have time. It wasn't like a question of like, I thought he would be like judgmental or some bullshit like that. No, it was more of just like, I wanted to like make it a cute little surprise and tell him, but I also didn't know when he was working or when he would have time to like talk with me. And I didn't want it to be like a fast, like 2-second thing. Like I call him and he's like, I have 2 minutes to talk. And I'm like, ah, surprise, goodbye. You know, like I wanted to be able to talk to him for a few minutes. And so I had told my friends, because again, I was telling everyone at the same time. I had told my friends because it was early enough in the day that like, I was like, might as well, you know, I'll let them know. And then I will, I'll tell my family later on when they're all together for dinner, and I'll tell my brother when you know, he's off work. And my assumption was that he'd be off of work later in the afternoon, because that's the standard working hours. Where the fuck is the big chest? Did I miss it? Oh, it's, you know, it's probably in the top middle area. I didn't go up there. But so I told my friends first, just because, like I said, it was the easiest. It was just like a Discord post. So it was like, here you go, bye, you know. But the thing was I told my friends in one server, and then I like went and pasted a similar message in my personal server. But that was the moment of realization when I remembered that my brother is in my personal server. And I panicked because I really didn't want him to find out in that setting. Like, I didn't want him to find out with everyone else and to not like have it be a personal thing. Like, I wanted to tell him myself. So I freaked out. So first I text him, or I Discord message him, and I'm like, yeah, hey, surprise, you're gonna be an uncle, but don't tell dad because I haven't told him yet. Well, like 2 minutes passed, and I was like, I hate that. I don't like that. And so I go and I delete the message, and I'm like, I just don't like that. I would prefer to tell him over the phone. And I was like really freaking out, and I didn't know how to keep him from seeing the other message, and it looked like he hadn't seen the messages yet. So I just kicked him out of the server. I was just like, get the fuck out of here. No one has to know. Because I didn't know how to keep it a secret, because I had posted, but I was worried if I deleted the post, he would still have the ping. And like, I just didn't know, I just didn't know what to do. And I was like really panicking, and I really just didn't like how it was playing out, and I like wanted it to be more special and like a more one-on-one conversation with us. So like it was very upsetting. And then I was very upset that I had to like kick him from the Discord, and then like I was so panicked that like I was like, okay, but what do I do now? And so then I like called him, and he like didn't answer, and I was like, great, I fucked up. And the thing is during this whole time I'm out having lunch with my husband. So we're like at a restaurant because we had just left for after the ultrasound. So like I'm not even at home, and like he doesn't answer, and I'm like freaked out. I'm waiting for my monster to spawn so I can get money for this chest. But so I'm like losing my shit because I don't know what to do. And finally, like, I think he called me back, maybe, or I called him again. I don't remember. But we finally got a hold of each other. I guess I'll do the I'll just do the portal first since it's taking too long to get money. And I like told him, and then I explained to him that I had to kick him from the Discord server because I didn't want him to find out that way, and then he was like highly offended because I had told other people before telling him, and like I got so upset. And then I like cried a little bit in this restaurant because I felt so frustrated because I couldn't do it right and I ruined it. And now his memory of being told that he's going to be like a real uncle is like tainted. And then like on top of it, it didn't even go well because like the thing is I have half siblings and I have step siblings. But when I think of siblings, I think of my direct brother and sister. It's not that I don't consider the other ones siblings, it's just they're older than us and it feels like they don't consider us siblings. We've always just been the other kids to them. And so like it's hard for us to have a connection with them, in my opinion. So my older sisters do have kids and my older brother does have a kid as well. But it doesn't really feel like we're considered aunts and uncles for those kids. First of all, we like never see them, and then when we do see them, it's always just, okay, well, you're the babysitter, and not really like you're the aunt or the uncle. I don't know. There's a separation there that kind of sucks. And then on top of it, like, it doesn't really feel like we're welcome to come see them on a regular basis if we did travel to where they live. So there's like not a strong connection there, I guess you could say. So I know that my brother probably feels the same way that I do, that this is his real like first niece or nephew, like for reals, because he's always going to be allowed to see my kids. He's always going to be there for them. He's always going to be a part of their family. Like, he's going, like, that's just how it is. And he'll be the person, one of the people I go to if I need help with them. If something goes wrong, you know, he's going to be a support system for them and for me. So it was really upsetting to me that, like, I really bungled this shit up so bad while trying to tell him, because I wanted him to understand how important it was for me, that he knew that he was a big part of this in a way. It's hard to put into words because, like, I don't know how to explain it well. But, like, I don't know, I fucked it all up, and now he keeps teasing me about it, and I feel guilty, and it makes me really sad. And yeah, so I'm not having a good time with it because I'm upset because I fucked it up. But I wanted him to be excited about it. I wanted him to be happy. To like have like a real niece or nephew that he could like spoil and come see and, you know, take out to get ice cream and like treat as family. I'm not crying, you're crying. Also, ignore my dogs being fucking loud as shit. I'm sorry. I know I warned you guys ahead of time. They're in chaotic mode. I have no strength to like yell at anyone or like try to quiet them down. So like, I'm sorry, this is just life for us right now. But yeah, so I was very disappointed about how it went telling my brother, because I was like, haha, you're an uncle. And he was like, I already am an uncle, or yeah, I've been an uncle or something shit like that. And I just felt so sad because I think that like in my head, it felt like he was frustrated with me for like not telling him in a better way and for like telling my friends first, but like, I don't know, it was all just ease of access and like excitement, and like I feel so guilty about it all. So like, Jay, I'm sorry. I feel bad. But yeah. Ew, pregnant woman tears. Ew. Too emotional. Ew. Hormones are fucking awful. Can I just say that? Like, it's hard. But yeah, so then I had to tell my dad and my sister, and like that was also difficult because like the thing is I was expecting them to be around for me to tell them at like dinner time, like 5, 6, 7, you know. And I told my mom to text me when they were all together in the same spot so that I could call, and that my dad could do this bullshit thing that he always does where he like listens in on my call with my mom and then tries to like yell into the phone. And I was gonna be like unmute or put me on speaker so I could tell him that he's upsetting the baby or some shit like that. Like I wanted to make a meme of it, you know. And it was taking so long and I was so exhausted. Like I said, I'm having like some real issues with fatigue to the point of like not being able to walk. Sometimes I just like collapse. Fainting has been an issue. It's not great. It feels like shit. I am a drained battery. And so like it was getting late and they were just taking too long, and we had been out like in the world, like driving and like going to doctor's appointments and like dealing with lots of things, and like I was very sort of like stun locked from like seeing my little snake child on a monitor, that like it was an exhausting day. And then I was talking to a lot of people because people were congratulating me and like contacting me to like see how I was doing and all this jazz. And so I was very overwhelmed and exhausted. And so I wanted to fucking take a nap. I wanted to take a nap so goddamn bad. It was like 6 o'clock and I was like, I need to just go to sleep for the day. I cannot continue being alive. And like they hadn't called me yet and I was just getting so pissed because I was like, hello, are you dead? If not, then let's get this over with. Which like, I know that's stupid, but like you have to understand it's really hard to be this fucking tired. It's really, really hard. And so I ended up just calling my mom and being like, hello, what's fucking taking so long? Where are they? And then she had to explain to me that my dad was outside pressure washing the house. He's currently retired, and he's doing a bad job at it because all he's been doing is spending money on like repairing stuff, quote unquote repairing, because he's bored as shit. And so he was like, I have to do this right now. And so they were like delaying dinner and everything for him to finish his bullshit. And so when I called, he was still outside power washing. And I like told my mom, I was like, look, I can't wait anymore. If it's gonna happen, it's happening now. Go interrupt him and tell him that I need to talk to you guys. And she was like, okay, no problem. My mom's great. I love my mom. And so she goes and she tries to interrupt him, and he's like, you know, does his like, I'm power washing thing where he's like, I'm busy. But she's like, yeah, I need you for a few minutes. And he's like, fine. Like such a little kid throwing a temper tantrum vibes. And so I get on the phone and I can't remember what I said exactly because I was so fucking tired. I think I was just like, haha, I'm pregnant. Which is like, nice. GG's. Really went basic route. But I was just so tired and I just wanted to get it over with. And like, my sister was there too, so it was like the perfect just catch-all of everyone who was left. And so, my dad, I think he said like, ha, I knew it. That's the only reason you'd call, or some bullshit like that. And I was like, whatever. I don't even care. But fucking, he didn't seem excited at all. But it's just because he was like doing his man thing, you know, like, I'm a man, I don't need to have feelings or like be excited about things. I'm too busy being big guy on campus, you know, like bullshit. Fucking dumb. I hate men. Sorry guys. I know even the guys understand what I'm referring to because you guys know you've met people like this that are just the worst. Anyways, but so I hang up with them. Didn't really talk very much. It was just really him being like, yeah, I knew it. And then, I don't remember. I think he said some other bullshit, but I forgot. And then I went to sleep. Because I was so tired. I was so tired. It was so draining. And, when I think it was that whole week I had to like deal with being really sick and planning everything and trying to figure out like plan of action, where I was going to go with stuff, what I was going to be doing, like all that jazz. So it was like a lot of thinking, I guess you could say. And then the next week I started my new job, which was this previous week. Which again was also super chaotic because like, I don't know, I'm sure you guys understand, like starting a new job's hard and like overwhelming and exhausting and not easy. Because I was stressed about like not being good enough, and then like I feel like I kind of got a curveball because I was hired to do one thing, but then they immediately asked me to do like some developer work, and I was like, it's not really part of why I took this job. You didn't tell me I'd be doing developer work. You told me I'd be doing admin work, which is like I don't know how to explain the difference. It's like developer work isn't like working on a big project that takes months, versus admin work, which is working on a bunch of small projects, fixing bugs, assisting frontline, like all that side of things. So it's still doing development, but it's a shorter life cycle development. So it's very quick turnaround. You get to work on a lot more stuff, and it's a less time-consuming projects, I guess you could kind of consider it. So like I wasn't expecting to have to work on a project that would be like a 3-month-long project. But here I am. But I don't know, it seems like my boss really likes me. It seems like my coworker really likes me. So like, I think it's going well. You know, maybe. It's probably fine. I'm sure it's fine. But whatever. I was pressing the wrong button for a second, sorry. Like a real brain fart there. But, yeah, so now we're here. I am still living in constant fatigue. Feeling like a drained battery just melting into the ground. Monday, I think I said it before, but Monday I have my follow-up appointment where I have to do blood work and a bunch of other stuff. And they're gonna tell me everything that I need to know, supposedly. So, like, I guess I'm looking forward to that. See that fucker up there? What's he doing? Who do you think he is? Why is that grove tender on that roof? But yeah. Life's filled with surprises. And right now I'm dealing with the chaos of this one. I am excited and hyped about it. I'm just stressed, nervous, exhausted, anxious, you know, the whole 9 yards. I think the thing that's like really getting me is that like I know that I have to go to a lot of doctor's appointments now, and I'm fucking terrified of being fired because I'm missing work for doctor's appointments. Fucking, I can't do the jumps. I'm trash. Let's go to the other side. We'll try to get we'll try to find an item, and I'll get a double jump. But yeah, long story short, I'm pregnant, I'm tired all the time, I need to sleep a lot, and so because of that, I will not be as active in my normal day-to-day streaming and playing of games. Not that I'm stopping, I just won't be around quite as much as I would like to be. Which means the stream schedule is going to be a little bit finicky until I get this fatigue down. Just because, like, it's... I really can't put into words, like, the amount of exhaustion that I feel. Like, how tired I am physically. Like, there's no way to fully explain it to somebody who's never experienced this exhaustion. But I guess just imagine that you're a doll and somebody put a rock on top of your chest. Like, you can't move. You feel really heavy and exhausted. You have no strength to fight back. It's just, that's just the way it is. And you're stuck there. And it just comes on suddenly. And sometimes you just suddenly pass out and you have no control over it. So, yeah. You can't really stand for long periods of time because your legs will just give out and you'll just kind of fall down. That's fun, you know, really good time. I know this is not everyone's pregnancy experience too. Everyone's different, so like don't take my words as this is what's gonna happen if you or your significant other ever get pregnant. It's just this is how I'm experiencing it. But I also have a lot of prior health conditions that like don't make it easy. And like don't make any of it better. So it's really something. But yeah, I will be having a child. We could take bets on if it's gonna be a boy or a girl, but who knows? I sure as hell don't. My dad called me the other day and said that it's definitely a boy, and he told me that he can take care of it for the first 3 years because he's retired, so he's got the time, and he'll get up at night and take care of it. Which I just like fucking laughed because like I know it's not a one-to-one comparison, but like we've had dogs all my life, and when my dad retired, he decided that they were going to get well-bred Dobermans, and they were going to start breeding Dobermans. I'm not in support of it just because I don't like the industry of dog breeding. I understand wanting to like keep dog breeds healthy by securing their lines and all that jazz, but like this doesn't mean I have to like it. But anyways, so they got this this female Doberman. And my dad was like, I'm gonna take care of her, I'm gonna do everything for her. And they set her up for like training classes and stuff, and he just like kept not going. And so my mom had to do all of it, and then my mom had to get up in the middle of the night when she was barking. My mom had to take care of feeding. So like my dad's done absolutely nothing for this dog, but he's like, it's my dog and I've taught her everything and I'm the best dog owner. And me and my mom are just over here like looking at him like, sure. And like, so the idea of him being like, I'll take care of your child, just like makes me fucking laugh really hard. It just sounds like a bad joke somebody said. So yeah, that's a no. But yeah. When I do stream, I'll probably stream pretty basic games, probably nothing that's like heavy story games. Just because like one of the things that I didn't know would be like a major problem side effect of pregnancy is like my brain just doesn't fucking work, like, at all. It just turns off. It just fucking turns itself off, and I don't know how to function all of a sudden. I don't know how to think. So like that's not fun. And so I also am very forgetful right now. I guess my body's busy with other things, and it's like, we don't need that brain. But so yeah, my point is that I don't have the mental capacity to like follow along with games that require any sort of brain power. So, oops. I'm gonna be basic, boring streams. Nothing super fancy. Just fun. Just fun, relaxed, chill games. Or at least chill to me, because I know Risk of Rain 2 isn't really chill to everyone. But like, it's a good game. It's really relaxing in my opinion. I'm about to get my ass handed to me, so... Oh, hiccups. Gross. But yeah, life's rough. Just remember, kids, no matter what, as long as you have a support group and you have someone there to talk to and you know, be a support system for you, you can do anything, even if it seems really hard, even if you're poor because you just lost your job, even if you're concerned about your health ruining things. Like, things will happen. It may not work out perfectly. You know, you may fail the first time, the second time, the 8th time, but like, I don't know, just keep trying. I really thought that I would never have kids because of my health problems. So it's pretty exciting and surprising and amazing for me. It's terrifying too. I'm really scared, but like, I'm still really excited. Yeah, get fucked. Also, the dogs have been like full chaos mode. I don't know if they know or if they're just like extra annoying lately because I can't handle it or what, but like, oh my god. Cammy barks at fucking everything. You like cannot have a quiet moment right now. And where are the other enemies at? Okay, they just keep spawning. There's a bunch of little guys. Hello, is that it? Oof. You move real fast. Nice, okay. Oh, fuck. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. I was just dead, bruh. I was just dead. It was such a good run, but I was too OP, and when he took my items, he was too OP. Oh well, that's life. That's it. One successful run. Ignore the fact that it says defeat. I was successful. But yeah, that's my update on life, guys. I know, like I said, it's been a little chaotic. I'm still gonna continue to be a little chaotic. I feel sick a lot. Everyone keeps promising me that it'll get better soon, but I feel like they're full of shit. So, you know, I'm kind of just waiting that out to see if they're actually accurate or if they're just liars. But so we'll see. If I start to feel better, I may stream more often, but for now I'm just gonna keep playing dead and like barely streaming. I may just reduce it to streaming once every weekend instead of every weekend day, so Saturday and Sunday. I hate that, but like I really am just exhausted all the time, so it's very hard to be alive. I just want to sleep. And then again, with my new job, I've got a lot going on. And then doctor's appointments, it's rough. So I would appreciate it if you give me a little bit of a break, a little leeway here. I'm doing my best, but I hope you guys will be here to support me. But again, I understand if you don't want to hear about pregnancy content or children, you can just mute me and watch me play Risk of Rain or whatever other game. I don't mind that. But I do hope I'll see you guys around. So until next time, I love you guys. Bye!